It's now very well established what the root causes are of the Detroit Public Schools crisis. It's the fact that the Detroit Public Schools has had a failed system of emergency management imposed on it, a system where the school district is operated by appointed bureaucrats instead of elected officials who are accountable to residents and parents. The problems facing the DPS are also caused by the fact that there aren't enough qualified teachers teaching in classrooms in the school district, and by the fact that charter schools, many of which are failing and poorly performing, have been allowed to open in a completely unfettered and unregulated manner. And yet, this legislation that the majority seeks to pass does nothing to address those underlying causes of the problems facing the Detroit Public School District. In fact, in many regards, this legislation makes those problems worse, not better. It does that by continuing a failed system and form of emergency management, by having the superintendent still not chosen by a local elected school board. It does so by taking away the requirement that teachers have to be certified and qualified to teach. And it does so by failing to create any kind of a Detroit Education Commission or other means of rationally deciding what schools to open and close and where they should locate. And by failing to implement those needed reforms, by failing to address the underlying challenges facing the Detroit public school system, all this legislation does is waste $500 million. Therefore, I ask my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to vote no against this legislation that does nothing to fix the problems facing the Detroit Public Schools and its school children. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader Greimel.